Back to Mr. Ajotie. How did you come about, your collection of, I'd like to see some of them, your collection of artifacts?
That's so fun.
And what is it that gives you that passion to want to do that? Because it's very rare that you find people who are so, focused on collecting, all these items.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky to still have my dad alive. He's about 80,
bless him.
83, 84. He had
here or
yeah, he's here. Just live just around the corner, Clapton Pond, them side.
We must have
He's kind of old man now.
Is he going to be at the event?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay,
I'll try to
so I shall meet him.
Yes, yeah, that's why. He had all these documents and passed them on to me from his dad, and then from my granddad.
From his
dad.
own dad. So
it's
come
from
long generation.
Yes, from long generation.
Of the Morgans.
Of the Morgan, yeah, that's right.
Wow.
In fact, that's my granddad passport dating back to 1918.
Can we see that?
And,
this one?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, I mean,
granddad's passport, and it's still in its pouch.
Yeah, you could open that.
Oh wow! This is history.
The similarity with it was when it was.
May I open it?
Yes, of course you can open it. Yeah.
With a British passport.
Do I need to wear gloves?
No, at all.
You know how it is with these things.
I know.
You can open it.
Wow.
Yes.
This is unbelievable. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to get this.
Yes, that's right.
This is a British passport, Sierra Leone, West Africa. Wow.
That's the first time I've seen that.
Wow.
Yes.
And this is your grandfather's.
My grandfather, yeah. Those days, the husband and wife.
They used to be together,
yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're both in there.
Yes,
yeah.
Even my dad's one has my dad and my mum in there.
Yeah,
and that was only in the 50s.
Yeah. His granddad was one of the slaves that settled in
1889.
Yes.
That's how old that book is?
My word.
Did you just say?
No, that's when he was born. It's 1918.
Yes, your grandfather was born in 1889.
Yes,
and this was issued. Wow.
I don't think you want to say when it was issued.
Wow, this is awesome.
No, he has things that.
Yeah.
So this is a passport.
It's a passport. It's a
of
British passport.
of a Krio man of yore.
Yes.
What else do you have?
Well, that's why I've got quite an old coin dating back to the 18th century, which is 1796. That's the first
coin. That was after cowries, as you know. I have a cowrie.
Yeah, that's right.
Now that you could probably.
This is Sierra Leone Company, Africa.
So initially, when the freed slaves from Nova Scotia arrived in 1792 and they formed the colony, that was the kind of currency they used to use, and it was dollars and cents. They actually had the dollars and cents, kind of like American type currency, and that's one of the first.
This is 1 pence, 1796.
1796, yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Wonderful.
That is so interesting.
And more interesting is that's the first adhesive stamp ever in the world. The first that was produced by Sierra Leone.
That's true. That's
the first stamp.
The first in the world.
We need to shout this out
Yes.
about Sierra Leone.
Sierra
Leone was the first country to ever have an adhesive
stamp.
postal stamp.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Wow, the first free-form self-adhesive stamp in history. My goodness. And when was this? 1964?
1964.
Unbelievable. And does have Sierra Leone on it.
Yeah, that's right.
The land of iron and diamonds.
Yes, yeah, it's the same. I mean, you got quite a few that
okay.
talks about the,
so these were mails that your grandparents
yes,
sent to each other.
Sent to each other. Yeah, that's right.
My word. Okay,
we have to do an exhibition.
We're sitting inside of history right now. Now I'm going to go back again to Iyamide. There's also something that is very personal to you. Your dad, your late father, had a very dear friend who attended, I think, Cambridge University. And there's something very interesting that you need to share with us.
Okay, and a lot of your Sierra Leonean viewers will know him. It's Dr. Davidson, but his name, oh God, I had memorized all his names because
you know all his
David, Willoughby,
David,
he's got about 4 or 5 very impressive names.
Davidson, Willoughby, Abiose, Sylvester, Nicol.
Hector
as well. Hector's in there.
So David, like 5 names.
David, Willoughby, Hector, Abiose, Sylvester, Nicol. Yeah. And the Abiose just came after. That was his pen name because he wrote as well. Apart from being a medical doctor,
Another medical doctor.
Oh yeah, he did lots. I mean, we could spend all day saying what he did, but the most important thing is he was the first African to get a first from Cambridge. University of Cambridge.
So the Africanus was
the first
was in Scotland.
Yeah, but they're not as
no, what I mean is he was Scotland.
Yeah.
This one is Cambridge.
Cambridge, yes,
okay.
Yeah. So, Africanus was in the 1800s. But the interesting thing is Davidson wrote a biography of Africanus. So there's that link between them.
Okay.
But what he did as a PhD student, he studied insulin and was able to produce the structure of the breakdown of human insulin in the human body, which then enabled them to make artificial insulin and all this to look after people with diabetes.
Which is what people now use.
Which they now use
to treat diabetes.
And his supervisor got a Nobel Prize for that.
Why didn't Davidson, who discovered it, get the Nobel?
No. In those days, I think it was, that was in
your
the
supervisor
50s,
got it
in the 50s. But if it was now, it would be a team that would have got it, because even the chemistry Nobel Prize was given to the team, including some of the last year.
Okay, so
if it was,
but it's good to know. I think I love history. History is something that we all need to engage with. And as our transformational coach was saying earlier on when she first came, it's history is something we need to actually embrace. Sometimes our history might not be that palatable, but we learn from it that, okay, this is not how to do something, but most times when it is palatable, we hone on it and hopefully improve, teach it to our children, and like myself, proudly strut around and say, I'm Creole.
It's interesting
half of me.
Teach it to our children, because that's one of the aims of the Krio Descendants Union London. Hopefully we can talk a bit about
that. Is what I want to go to next, about the Krio Descendants Union. Are you a member of the union?
I am definitely
a card carrying member.
I am a card carrying member.
I need to get my card there. Obviously you are a card. Yes, you're a card carrying member. So what is it that we're going to do this month? I know there's something that the Krio Union is doing this month.
It's about celebrating independence.
Okay,
is that
on the day of the meeting, we have meetings every month, and on the 27th happens to be the Independence Day for Sierra Leone.
Okay.
But we have regular meetings, and really the Krio Descendants Union was an organization formed here as a branch of the global Krio Descendants Union, which started in Sierra Leone, then of course it went to America before here.
So everybody around the globe that is Krio is automatically a member.
Well, you've got to join it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean, that you can.
You can. And really it's about proclaiming our heritage and passing it on to the next generation, which is why when you said the younger, which is why it's so good to have this
somebody like Nigel
who's, doing wonderful things. But on the 27th, Nigel explained, sort of who the Creoles are, but we want to sort of embrace non-Sierra Leonean Creoles who have that same heritage.
Okay.
So on the 27th, we've invited non-Sierra Leonean Creoles like
myself,
Madam over here.
Well,
right?
half of me is Sierra Leone. My grandmother, right. Okay, quarter of me.
Right. When I say non-Sierra Leonean, in the sort of conventional sense, right? Your passport is in Sierra Leone, am I right? Right,
well,
let's not
I could get a Sierra Leone.
All right, oh God. Yes, let's not go to that either. But basically, that's what we want. And you're going to come and tell us about your heritage. And I've also invited somebody from Ghana who's going to come and tell us about their Sierra Leonean heritage, that's gone to Ghana now. So it should be really good.
Would you like to also let us know, because people would like to know what it is, when it's happening, the date. We know the date is 27th of April,
Saturday,
time and venue.
Saturday, 27th April, and we hold our meetings in Southwark at the Walworth Road Methodist Church, and that's on Campbell Road. I think it's 54, but you can just Google Walworth Road Methodist Church, and we'll be there with all the signs and things. So if you feel you have Creole heritage, or you want to come and learn about the Creoles of Sierra Leone and watch Madam here talk about her heritage, then come. You can send.
What time do
it's from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and send us an email to say you're coming, and that's secretary@kdulondon.org.uk. Go to the website as well, www.kdulondon.org.uk.